So listen, son, I ain't gonna lie. I think religion is promoted incorrectly, and now granted, it's promoted correctly technically because of the success that it has had, but the way that it's promoted is promoted to make people fail. Now listen, I always used to believe, right? Put it in God's hands. I took that literal. I took that literal. That saying right there. Oh, put it in God's hands, leave it in God's hands. If you leave it in his hands, what's gonna happen? You have to take action. It's not like God is just gonna take care of everything. That's not how it works. It's never how it works. When you actually grew up in poverty and you hear this God talk, how can you believe in him? And the thing is, I believed in God for so long until I didn't. Until I didn't, I had to really think like, bro, look around. Look how you living, son. And mind you, I'm not living bad, but I could have been living way better if there was actually somebody to come save us. You see what I'm saying? And here's the thing, right? I understand why people follow religion. It gives you hope. It gives you reason to live. Because the world, when you're looking at the world from reality standpoint, there is no real reason to really live. You have to make that reason to live. You have to give yourself purpose. You don't spawn in with the purpose. You don't. You give yourself purpose by what you do, your actions, what your body just attracts to. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Mr. Brother Shaw coming at you with another one through Rakak Kodash. Before I get started, I want to give an infinite glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akiyam, that's pushing this truth with all faith, righteousness, and sincerity. To you, I say Shalom. All right. And this is just a lesson to the Rakakwadash, man, over the video I played in the beginning, man. You know, this is why Zechariah 13:8 is coming to you niggas, man. All right, then you got Jake, greasy face ass nigga, he's saying something. But like the scriptures say, when a man think himself to be something, all right, he's nothing, all right. He's real damn fool is what he is, man, with his box face ass, you know, talking about he took the saying, leave it in God's hands, literal. All right, people take it literal. Well, if you really look up the word literal, nigga, you'll realize that is a saying that you should really take in, man. All right, that's exactly in its actual sense, you know, besides the name. All right, because we understand who the world calls God, his true name, all right, in Paleo Hebrew. All right, the original language, the Lashawan Kodash, is Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? But to take that phrase, you know, leave it in Yahweh's hand, all right? Nonetheless, all those things are of the Lord, man. All right? So everything, not all those things, Salakia, all things are of the Lord, man. All right, so it is a thing to take literal, okay? And leaving it and giving it to the Lord, all right, is a wise thing to do, first and foremost. You know, matter of fact, let me get Psalms. You know, I've been quoting it, but it's my favorite go-to scripture, man, because it's truth. You know, it's Psalms 55:22. It says, cast thy burden upon the Lord, he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. All right. So giving it to the Lord, leaving it in the Lord's hands, all right, is something that should be actually taken, all right, literal. Okay. Then also, man, the nigga spoke of talking about he believes in taking action first. All right. I mean, you can look at that and say Jake's still going off, but nonetheless, we ought to show our faith by our works, right? Putting forth an action, all right? And our action will show that we truly believe in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. But this Shaka Zulu looking motherfucker just don't believe, man. All right? And that's okay. Your unbelief can't and won't stop the works of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai at the end of the day. Okay. It's Romans 3:3. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai without effect?" Hell no. Okay, you sitting over there looking like Squidward. All right. Sitting over there talking about what you don't believe in. Well, what you don't believe in don't matter, nigga. Shit, what you don't believe in ain't gonna stop these prophecies. What you don't believe in ain't gonna stop these famines. All right? These earthquakes. Okay? The sword. Okay? Overall, the missiles, man. All right? What you don't believe, Jake, that ain't gonna stop nothing, man. But Jake always gotta try to big up himself, being proud as hell, like his father, the devil. He saw Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man. But nonetheless, that shit gonna get Jake ass destroyed, man. All right, then talking about poverty, talking about some he don't believe because look around and poverty, this, that, and the other. Again, you don't understand. You are not knowing the scriptures, man. That all things are of the Lord. All right, all things are of the Lord. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, dummy. Right? Let me see something. See if I get in this translation first. Sirach 11 through 14. I might want to get in another translation though to bring more sense to it. All right. I get it like that, man. I get this. This Sirach 11. I'm gonna start at verse 11. It says, "There is one that laboreth and taketh pains and maketh haste, and is so much the more behind." Right? Niggas like this, man. All right, and pretty much all 2/3, man, of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in a nutshell, man. Thinking worldly, chasing the bag, working a job or two will get them somewhere, man. Will get them out of poverty. All right, but don't consider Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to do that, right? That's Jake, man. 2/3 in a nutshell, man. That's what they do. All right, then they blame the Lord for where they at, but not understanding it's that same rebellious, I don't believe, I don't want to do this type of mindset that got their ass where they at, man. They air not knowing the scriptures. Jake ass just don't read, man. Because when you read Deuteronomy 28, man, okay, the blessing and the curses, okay, why, you get that why, man, when you read the scriptures, man. Okay, that show you Jake just don't read, man. They leaning upon their own understanding, man. Okay, and the thoughts of mortal man, that flesh, all right, that mindset that you walking around in ain't about shit, But nonetheless, like I said, man, Jake wanna blame their poverty where they at, you know what I'm saying, and thinking they gonna get themselves out of it, but don't consider Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to do that, right? Our true power, all right? This is Isaiah 1:3. It says, "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel do not know, my people do not consider," right, man? Jake, don't consider to understand, man, all right? Who their power is, man. All right? Don't consider and understand the power of their power, man. All right? Because they don't consider the scriptures. All right? They don't consider what their power has done time and time again, man, for his people, right? But again, I'm going to reread it. It says, "There is one that laboreth and taketh pains and maketh haste, and is so much more behind," right, Jake? Get more and more behind, man. All right? Because they're not in the right mind, okay? First and foremost, Jake can trusting in this system to help get them caught up and help them. But this same system has your ass in captivity, dummy. Right? Let's get that, man. Jake ass, man. Jake, 2/3, man. It's Haggai 1:6. It said, "Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes." Right, man. That's your reality and your captivity, Jake, that you can't understand why, and you can't understand that you're in. Okay? You know, this is your outcome. Chasing the bag, making haste, working hard as hell. Okay? Like the Hebrew slave that you are in this society. Okay? Working hard as hell, thinking you finna get somewhere. This is what's gonna be your outcome time and time again, Jake. Okay? And you can't blame the Lord for it, man. You gotta blame yourself. Okay? Like it says in Baruch, man, it was your mind, it was our mind to go astray. All right? But what you're not doing is seeking the Lord 10 times more. All right, to come up out of this. What you're not doing is crying unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for help up out of this, man. What you doing is digging a real deep hole for yourself, man. All right. What you're doing is establishing yourself to be missile food. Okay. That's what you're doing, Jake. All right. I'm going to read it again. Haggai 1:6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a hole with bags. This is your outcome. This is your reality, man. In captivity, man. You ain't free, Jake. You know what I'm saying? Hell, Jake be singing that little church song, freedom. But that freedom ain't here yet. Okay? Because this damn devil, the wicked that the Bible speaks of, is still in rulership and still got his foot on our fucking necks, man. You know? But let me get back to Sirach 11. I'm going to get 12. It says again, there is another that is slow and have need of help, wanting ability and full of poverty. Yet the eye of the Lord looked upon him for good and set him from his low estate. See? But if Jake humble himself, all right, come in a humble spirit and believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man, all right, and be in that humble, contrite spirit that the Lord loves, man, he'll know that, man, all right, and he'll know that in that lower state that he in, he can come up from it, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But what, as I read in Isaiah 1:3, Jake don't consider that, man. Okay, it's too much like right to a nigga that can't get right, man. Right? It's verse 13. It says, and lifted up his head from misery, so that many that saw it marveled at him, man. All right, and the Lord lifts you up, man, from a lower state, man. All right, his people that call upon him, that believes in him, man. All right, and the Lord has that ability, has that power that you don't believe in, Jake, to lift you up from a lower state, man, right, and put you in a higher position. All right, and the Lord has that power, which he has done, to put us in a high position. All right, which he did, and then put us in the low position, which we're in, man. You know, and hence we are in this position, man, because of our rebellion. All right, pursuant to Deuteronomy 28 chapter, man, and you're showing forth that great example of why we here now. Niggas like you, man. All right. This is Sirach 11:14. It says prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord, man. You know? So what you don't believe, this, that, and the other, all right? It says here, everything comes of the Lord, man. Why you running your damn mouth, man? And the Lord got you in the position you at, man. All right, and soon gonna put you in a more worse position, man, when all this hell break loose, man, when shit hit the fan, man. You know. Talking about religion and da, man. And Esau gave your ass religion, man. All right. The Lord gave his people customs, a heritage, all right, to separate them, man, from all the filth that you niggas like to be in, man. You know, that you niggas are attracted to, man. You know? Let me get Psalms. Shit, let me see which one is it. Yeah, here it is. He showeth his word unto Jacob, right? His name was changed to Israel. Like, yeah, I had to marry all that together. But again, it's Psalms 147 and 19. It says, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes unto Israel. All right. It says, he have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. You see, the Lord gave us his ways, man. All right. Not no worldly religion, man. The Lord gave us his ways, man. Joe boxhead ass. Sitting over there just talking, just be talking, man. And also the Lord's ways, what he gave to us, his statutes and his judgments, was to separate us, man. All right. Put us above all nations of people, man. All right. So imagine you do that for a nation of people and they come off like you, nigga. You know, because it's more of you. You know, 2/3, it's a lot of you, right? 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. So imagine that, man. Wanting to be like the heathen, man. Going away from your power, man. That set you up in a very good place, man. No place higher amongst in this world, man. But then you wanna be like the heathen. You wanna be the scum of the earth, man. Then wanna complain and shit. Now take accountability, you know. Look what you done. You know. But like I said, man, the Lord set us up in position. All right, gave us his ways. All right. Gave us our true customs. All right. To be above all this shit, man. That you attracted to, Jake. You attracted to this shit. This filth. All right. And that's why your ass in poverty ruled over. But to that point, I want to get it. This Deuteronomy 7 and 6. It says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth, man. All right. And when you go into the word special, it goes into better, greater, different. All right. Than your usual, than your average, than your regular individual, man. All right. So we were set up, man, to be great, man. All right. But then BS happened, you know, and now you to the point, hey, shit, Jake, to the point, you know, 2/3 of y'all is what? Degenerates, man. Like the Lord said, he planted you a noble vine, man. You know, you're a degenerate nation unto him, man. Look at you. Heathen, knitted dreads in your head. Bald face, if you can grow facial hair, you know. Knowing Jake, he can. He just think he look more cleaner like that or some shit, you know. You know. Sitting there with beads all over his neck, then with a silver chain on. Like, Jake, get the hell up out of here, man. Don't know if you want to be a rock star, a rapper, a skateboarder, whatever, nigga, you know. But back to the point, though, man. You know, he made in the beginning of that video, man. You know, these burdens, man, these troubles, you know. You put it on the Lord, man. You leave it in the Lord's hands, man. I think it's a song from a rapper, man. Lil Papa. You know, Jake killed himself. He felt like that was the way to go out. You know, even during what he was doing, what they say he did, whatever. Nonetheless, he got a song called God's Hand. I'm going to leave it in God's hand because all of his God's playing. Right, man. Everything is of the Lord, man. You see? But that's why he got that Psalms 55 and 22 in the beginning, man. You know, give thy burdens unto the Lord, he shall sustain thee, man. You know, keep you all right, man. All right. So you won't be moved. All right. So you won't be carrying that load of stress. All right. And you won't be talking like that, man. You see? But see, if you believe, you wouldn't have to worry about you wouldn't be worrying about none of this, man. You know, you'll have a better, you'll feel better, man. You know, like the Lord said, all these that are heavy laden, let's get there. See, if you believe this truth, all right, the Lord you'll have peace, man, if you believed. But see, Jake don't want to believe, man. You know, you'll have peace even in your captivity, man. This Matthew 11 and 28, it says, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest, right? It says, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. You see? And Jake said some slick shit like that in the beginning, like, it's easier. You know, he was calling it religion, but he was like, it's easier. You see? Yeah, man. Taking heed to this ingrateful word to say, but say your soul is an easy way. All right, it's the best way, man. You know, to take. All right. So you won't go through all this hell, all right, and this hardship, man, that you, niggas like you, about to go through because of your unbelief, man. Yeah. I'm finna finish up, though. This second Ezra is 15 and 4 through 5. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. It says, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's what's coming to niggas like you, man, that don't believe, that think it's a game, that think the Lord, think Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is playing, man. All right. Sitting up there feeling like you the shit, man. You know. Nah, you are literal shit, man. Okay. And that smell is gonna be the nukes burning your ass to nothing, you know. You know, man, with this 444 mercy, man. Call on them, y'all about me. I was shy of that number and I receive it. But see, you niggas ain't not gonna receive that mercy, man. You niggas is not finna receive mercy, man. You niggas finna receive pain, man. All right, destruction. All right, the other side of judgment, because the Lord is coming to do two things: deliver and destroy, man. All right. And niggas like you, Jake, man, you gonna be on that side of destruction, man. All right, and not deliverance. It's Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. It says, and it shall come to pass in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein, man. All right. So 2 parts shall be cut off and die, man. You 2/3, man. Y'all finna die, man. In the worst way. All right. Majority of y'all coming like this, nigga. You know, that's why. And the rest of y'all, man, just wicked as all get out, man. You of your father the devil, and of your father the devil, you should receive the same punishment, man. All right. But with that, I'm going to just close out and give it infinite honor and glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahabushai, Bahashim, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim that's pushing this truth with our faith, righteousness, and sincerity to you. I say Shalom.